The moment that initially seemed simple turned into one of the most emotional seconds the ARMY has ever witnessed. It all started when Park Jimin was seen reading something, a note, a message, or maybe a letter, that instantly changed his expression in a matter of seconds. His normally gentle, smiling face slowly became serious, his eyes focused, as if every word he read had a much deeper meaning than the camera could see. No one really knows the content of what he was holding back then, but one thing is clear: it was not ordinary. On the other hand, Jeon Jungkook, who is not far from him, immediately caught the change. Jungkook, who is known to be very sensitive to the mood and feelings of those closest to him, seemed not to hesitate in the slightest. Without thinking much, he stepped closer and hugged Jimin tightly. The hug wasn't just a casual interaction on stage or in front of the camera. It felt sincere, spontaneous, and full of meaning. ARMY, who witnessed the moment, immediately made silent. There were no usual hysterical screams, no overreactions. Instead, there was a strange silence, as if everyone was trying to understand what was really happening. Many began to speculate. Did Jimin read the farewell message? Is this related to a schedule that will make them temporarily separate? Or maybe something more personal, something that only the two of them understand? What makes this moment even more touching is the way Jungkook hugs Jimin. No rush, no awkwardness, and no quick release. He remained there, as if to make sure that Jimin did not have to face anything alone. Even after the hug ended, Jungkook stayed close to her, watching with a look that was hard to explain. A mixture of worry, concern, and perhaps also a sense of not wanting to lose the moment. Meanwhile, Jimin tried to smile again. He raised his face, trying to look good in front of the fans. But for the ARMY, the expression was even more heartbreaking. The smile was not an ordinary smile. It was a forced smile, the smile of someone who was holding something in his heart. Social media was immediately filled with video snippets of the moment. Many repeated the passage as Jimin read, then noticed in detail Jungkook's reaction. Some even slowed down the video to try to capture every change of expression, every little movement that might give a clue to what's really going on. Theories also emerge. Some believe that it is the last message of an important period in their journey. There are also those who feel that it has to do with a temporary separation, something that is inevitable in their careers. But amid all that speculation, one thing that many people agree on is how strong the bond between Jimin and Jungkook is. The moment felt so real because it wasn't made up. No script, no dramatic setting, just two people understanding each other without the need for many words. And maybe that's what makes it so touching. In an entertainment world full of imagery, moments like this feel rare and honest. ARMY also admitted that it was not ready to say goodbye, although no one really knew what kind of farewell was meant. The word goodbye in this context feels more emotional. It can mean the end of an era, a major change, or simply a moment that will not repeat itself in the same way again. What is clear is that Jungkook's embrace became a symbol of something bigger. It wasn't just about entertaining Jimin in the moment, but also about showing that despite all the pressure, hectic schedules, and public spotlight, they still took care of each other. And perhaps for ARMY, that was the most difficult thing to let go of. Not only the possibility of parting, but also the realization that moments like this cannot be repeated. They occur once, spontaneously, and leave deep traces. In the end, no matter what exactly Jimin was reading at the time, or the reason behind Jungkook's embrace, one thing became abundantly clear. Their relationship was not just that of colleagues or fellow group members. There is an emotional depth that is not always apparent, but occasionally emerges in moments like these, and when it does, the world seems to pause to watch. The moment did not stop only at a brief embrace captured on camera. After him, the atmosphere noticeably changed, quieter, deeper, as if something was hanging in the air that could not be described in words. Park Jimin was seen taking a slow breath, trying to control himself, while Jeon Jungkook was still standing nearby, as if not fully ready to move away. The next few seconds became crucial for fans who paid close attention to detail. Jimin had lowered his head slightly, then raised it back with a calmer expression, but not completely back to the way it was. There was a trace of emotion still left, something that made a lot of ARMY feel that whatever he read really touched the deepest side of him. Jungkook, on the other hand, didn't say much. But precisely therein lies its strength. He chose to remain silent, but his presence felt very strong. His gaze occasionally turned to Jimin, making sure that he was okay. Even when the situation starts to go back to normal, small gestures such as standing closer or glancing quickly become evidence that he is still paying attention to every little change. The fans who were on site claim to be able to feel the change in energy directly. No one really knows what is going on, but many say that the atmosphere has become much more emotional than before. Some even admitted that they held back tears without knowing the exact reason, as if the feeling was simply transmitted from the stage to the audience. On social media, the discussion is expanding. Some have begun to associate this moment with the long journey that BTS has gone through, from the early days to now. Many feel that each member has gone through so much together, and moments like this are a reminder that behind all great achievements, there is a very deep human connection. Some fans also highlighted how rare it is to see such a frank reaction in public. In an industry that often demands perfection, expressions like Jimin's feel very real. And Jungkook's spontaneous response actually reinforces the impression that what is happening is not part of the show, but rather something that is really happening out of control. As time went on, pieces of the video continued to circulate and be analyzed from different angles. There were those who noticed Jimin's hand movements while holding the paper, those who focused on the expression of Jungkook's eyes as he approached, and even those who tried to read his lip movements to guess if there were words spoken between them. But in the midst of all that analysis, many also choose to look at this moment more simply, as a form of genuine concern. Not everything has to be explained in detail to be able to feel its meaning. Sometimes, one hug is enough to say a lot of things that cannot be expressed in words. And maybe that's the reason why ARMY finds it so hard to be prepared for any possible breakup or change to come. Because moments like this remind them that the relationship that exists is not only between idols and fans, but also between the members themselves, a relationship full of trust, support, and real emotions. In the end, what happened that day will remain one of the remembered moments. Not because of the drama, not because of the speculation, but because of the honesty. A simple hug that manages to convey a feeling that is much greater than it seems, and leaves a deep impression on anyone who witnesses it.